So, Great Henge. So, Henge, for those that haven't been following our standard adventures, refers to the Great Henge here. So, we've got a lot of high power creatures to allow us to power this card out. We've got Rotting Regisaur, Lovestruck Beast, Questing Beast, Growth Chamber Guardian, Bonecrusher Giant. All these cards have relatively a lot of power. We've played Green-Black Henge twice. We are trying a small red splash for Bonecrusher Giant here, and let's go ahead and dive into some games and see how it feels. See if it feels like it's a worthwhile power addition to slightly mess up the mana, potentially. All of the decks that you see listed in the stream title, JZ, are decks we still have yet to play. So as we play decks, I remove them from the stream title. The order in which the decks appear in the stream title, or the order in which I intend to play them today. Yes, and through the power of the most powerful card in Magic, the credit card, you too can be level 40 already. I do enjoy saying my Bonecrusher's ready. That is fair. That is an accurate representation of myself. I promise you it is, Slacker. I would like a beauty, please. Beauty and the Beast. Do 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 do. I don't know if I caught Scrubs with their sub shortly after Adrian doled out some sub gifties. Thanks for the 14 months, Scrubs, in case I missed you, sorry. It was a little bit ago. This is a little bit awkward. So like if I want to play this here, I then can't play a 3-drop on 3. It might have been right to Temple on 1 to avoid this. It also might be right to just like suck it up and play Temple on 2 and not play the Knight. JK, LOL. Never didn't have it. I hate Lovestruck Beast. Lovestruck Beast is very good. He's very, very good. And he's best bros with the Great Henge is all I'm saying. Yeah, the first match in the constructed events can often be a little bit middling in deck quality. I feel like they could almost use a warning in a way, like, wait, stop, go back. This is not the droid you're looking for. Man, in historic, Llanowar elves will make Lovestruck Beast be able to attack, which is gross. They are omnipotent. It's very true. Is there a way to delete all your decks at once? There is not. When will Historic be available? Mid-November, isn't it? We're going to start doing a weekly Historic stream on this channel, starting later in October. There'll be an official Best of 3 queue some point in November or December. You can play Best of 3 Historic via Direct Challenge right now, though. How does Death Touch and Trample work? You have to assign 1 damage to the creature blocking you. That works out okay since we have a second Questing Beast in our hand. Maybe Duran. You can probably play Beanstalk Giant in that type of shell, which helps you fix your mana as well, which is nice. Some kind of Naya Giant style deck. Is the Sunder Titan a Giant too? It is, isn't it? That card doesn't have haste though, right? Yeah. These are my monsters. The top 4 reveal a creature or land to put on the top of your library. Sure. None of those creatures block Questing Beast. So he should be very lethal next turn. Looking forward to Monday when we can start playing on the ladder again. Average deck quality is a little bit better on the ladder. If they go to Pump Spell anything other than Paradise Druid, we can murder it in response with the Rider. I do appreciate that the creature they put murder on is named Murderous Rider. I want to donate for Naya Giants. I do have a list, but I actually want you to look at it in advance and try and improve glaring errors as a $10 submission or a $25 submission. That's fine as a $10 submission, as long as you have a core. The $25 submissions are just like built from scratch. Keep in mind the $25 submissions do come up sooner though too, because they do enter the queue with 25 points, but whatever you'd prefer. I could kind of talk about how we're sideboarding and why here, but I'm going to put in a couple of grasps against my opponent's deck full of medium green cards, and then click submit here. Honestly, Bonecrusher Giant probably doesn't really matter here. I don't know, we could probably close Horizon sideboard kind of at random and be okay. Yes. Yeah, this is black green Henge plus Bonecrusher. That card's busted. We're seeing if that feels worthwhile. More importantly, not just worthwhile, but how if it clunks us up beyond reason. That seems fine. I guess we need a second green source. You don't need the percents around it, Pokemon nerd. If you want it to be a URL. I'm gonna grab Lovestruck here, I think. One of the things about playing more adventure cards in this deck is Rotting Regisaur is a card that chews away at our hand, So having these spells that kind of sit off in exile is really powerful because they don't not at risk of getting discarded. The Explorer package is no longer standard legal. Those are from Exelon. That's an Oaken form, yep. It's all coming together. Excellent. I assume that YouTube video is a clip from Spider-Man 1. Hitchkins, thanks for the 13 months. Welcome back. Sounds perfect. If they have a +3/+3 here, they still trade, so that's nice. Crunch. It was a can-tripping 6/6, thank you very much. Don't undersell my Lovestruck Beast's power here. Someone said they wanted to splash Oko into this deck. I could see that being good. Oko's pretty good. And if you play Oko, you could play Goose as a 1-drop, right? Because the reason why you don't want to play Goose in this build is because you don't have a food supply for it. But like with Oko, you can justify playing the Goose. Nah, play 4 of your good cards. Yeah, Goose, Oko, Wicked Wolf slot into a lot of different things for sure. Rude. Woof. Probably did. If we run off a couple of lands here, we could be okay. Speaking of the Goose. Ooh. All right. Step 1. Is this the mirror? Maybe. I'd be pretty surprised if someone's playing Lovestruck Beast without some number of Henge. What does a deck look like that wants to play Beast but doesn't want to play Great Henge? Would be my question. I'm not guaranteed to play my 5/5 next turn, so I'm going to go ahead and attack them here. If they want to trade these off, that means their 5/5's not going to be attacking us, which seems ideal. Green-white tokens. Okay, I can see that. It's a good one. I wonder if something like that's aggressive enough to be reasonable. It's a Jundmere, chat. Wow, that's rude. We mulligan to 5. Have a heart. Have a goddamn heart. He's so sad. Murder him! Murder him! We played a 5-color Fires deck yesterday. It felt pretty underwhelming. I've been pretty underwhelmed by that card both when we played with and against it. Ooh, they're going on an adventure, chat. Okay. Are they about to like double murder my thing? Super punished. Hey, Loggerus Spike, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome to Hoaglandia. That's pretty good. Ramp it up. I mean, like, and again, this goes like the core of this deck is the same as the green-black henge deck we were playing earlier, right? It's just got a small tweak to it. This is a game where we mulligan to 5, and we got 2-for-1 by Allegiance End on turn 3, and like we're still like kind of playing a game. Like if we hit if we hit a fatty next turn to get henged on the following turn, we could maybe claw back in. Although, Beanstalk Giant's gonna be a real big boy. Hey, good to have you here, Spike. Gosh, their deck must just have infinite basics, huh? Think I'm leaving once there. This deals with the first Beanstalk Giant. Which is nice. And then hopefully once finds us a giant, a Bonecrusher, or a beast, so we can get henged down the following turn. Someone earlier had said you don't need to be full controlled to cast a food in response to, Wait, did this not trigger? Oh, this triggers a creature spell adventure. Okay, that makes sense. It triggers when you do that part. I don't know what Deathless Knight does. Vantress Gargoyle is kind of interesting. It's definitely one that's crossed my mind. Dota 3 Fox. Thanks for the brand new Prime Support. Welcome to Hooglandia. Alright. Lovestruck Beast it up. Tis a scratch, and that's wild. What are those, these for card styles? No, deck choice is due in 2 hours. Got infinite time, basically. I think a triple black card's kind of prohibitive. I think it's also a little bit too expensive. Hey, VX, thanks for the 7 months. And again, I know you're excited to contribute to chat. I'd encourage you to take a look at the card recommendation command and make intelligent and helpful card choices in general. There's always lots of different cards that could go in any given deck, and trying to focus on problem answer type solutions tends to be the best way to work on things in my experience. Talk about why the card's a good suggestion, what it could replace, why it should replace that card. This thing doesn't trample, right? Alright, let's see if the Great Henge is messed up enough to pull us through here. Right, let's start with this. I think if you're playing blue-white control in Modern, you should do whatever your little heart desires, because you're probably not being that competitive anyways. Murderous Rider would be the nuts here, huh? So I don't want to trade this here, so I'm just going to go ahead and pass back. We're unfortunately a mana short of activating Knight this turn. They're mousing over their things. That's scary. They have like a fight card here. Oh, gross. Yeah, that's probably the game. Their top decks, unfortunately, are much better than ours. We need to find one of those of our own. Alright, let's play a game where we don't, mulligan to 5 and then get 2 for 1 by a what's it called? In fact, the fact that they have main deck, what's it called? I think I'm gonna cut these Growth Chamber Guardians just so we, don't get Legions Ended. Yeah, let's do that. Seems fine. The Henge tried its best, but just not quite enough there. A little bit too far behind on resources overall. bum ba dum bum bum ba dum bum bum ba dum bum bum. What are the number of adventure cards you need to make Lucky Clover okay? The problem with Lucky Clover is that, like, a lot of your adventure cards aren't really generating card advantage, right? So unless doubling up on Hero's Downfall is good, you're, like, often putting yourself down a card to put that card into play. That's going to be where the issues tend to stem from it. Would Yarok trigger Henge twice? Yeah, it does. Seems unnecessary. That sounds kind of win more. Doubling up on Beanstalk, kinda. Like, it's only good for exactly Beanstalk, right? So, like, if your Beanstalk Giant just gets murdered and you don't have another payoff for the ramp, and, like, how many other payoffs for ramp can you have in your deck where you're, like, working on payoffs for adventures? Questions like that. Alright, so we're hoping to draw an untapped land next turn so we can jam Rotting Regisaur down their throat. And we can curve into Henge the following turn. Instead, Jim, you've killed him. Oh, mulligans and stumbles. Prime Magic the Gathering. Yarok and Panharmonicon in the same deck. That's an idea. It's definitely an idea. That's probably an against the odds modern deck. I'd believe that. If they have murder for this, we're probably just done. Just too far behind at this point. Scale of 1 to dead. Where's this Rotting Regisaur at? Looks like the dead side of the scale. They're gonna kill it on our upkeep after they make us discard. Brutal. I assume. Hopefully the third opponent in this set isn't someone who just, like, sits here and ropes. We've had the last two opponents just, like, hit their timers just trying to do, like, random game actions. It's going really slowly. We are very dead. How was your ice cream, Bob? Welcome back. I think the red splash is greedy and makes Golgari deck worse. I think this isn't corporate America, and if you want to give me feedback, it needs to be constructive and specific, not just random buzzwords like greedy. So you can take a 10-minute break. In what manner is it greedy? Why does that, what does that actually mean? If your feedback isn't actionable, it's not useful, and if it's not useful, it's not helpful. And if it's not helpful, don't bother to type it. I feel like we should make the deck a little bit more agile so it can be release ready on time. What do you think? What if we crank a little bit more tempo up in here? I think that sounds fantastic. Can we release ready bottle WotC's latest fully released product? If only the woodpecker sings. If only the bark on the tree were as lovely. Alright. We'll shock their planeswalker. Shocking their planeswalker should get their 3-mana planeswalker pretty close to dead, right? Right? Needs more blockchain, yep. Wonderful to see them make the food into a 3/3 here. Yeah, Oko is very good. Splashing blue for Oko might just be better than red for Bonecrusher. Could definitely see that being the case. You could play Bird too. This deck's got a lot of good 3-drops in it. So they can chump block to save Oko. But Oko is going to at least 2 here. Need to add blue and white? Yeah, just get it. Chomp down on Oki here.
I invite you to change your ways.
Change your ways. That's a big Hydra. Alright, so we really want to draw Murder here. Another Questing Beast. How about a Paradise Druid? That's kind of like those things, right? At least the Great Henge will be a 3/3 next turn. Yikes. Woof. The Oko upgrades your Hydroid Crisis to a bigger threat has also been really disgusting. It's like, they can turn the Hydroid Crisis into an 8/8 here. Really? We downgraded it 1 point of power? Interesting. Interesting. Alright, so do I want to murder Oko, or do I want to murder... Yeah, it's just murder Oko. Never not murder Oko. I am Ninja Turtle Jr. Hope your Saturday is going swell. Welcome Welcome, welcome. Stab Oko in his perfect abs. Swiftly remove him, shall we? Get him out of here. Yeah, the problem is if you don't take Oko off the table, just like all your other threats get much worse very quickly. I'm curious to see how this type of matchup goes. Is the Great Henge enough to carry us through? They didn't fetch a 4th blue there, so that's good. It means they probably don't have Mass Manipulation in their main deck. Well, I mean, it's always on Deckmaster's end. Wizards doesn't do anything for Deckmaster. The Deckmaster person needs to update Deckmaster. Oh, well, we're not dead on board technically because this gains us 2, so we've got that going for us. I think I'm just playing this. I don't think I want to just randomly shock them because if I draw a 2-drop, I want to be able to play it. Silly Hogland, assuming I could draw a 2-drop. Who needs spells, really? Yeah, I just hate that Cardboard Live is trying to do everything. Like, I really like Stream Decker. Maybe I'll look and see if Cardboard Live is the option to disable their deck feature.
Strange and magnificent world.
Cardboard Live's also not open source, right? So I can't fork it and compile it myself. That's not an option, I'm pretty sure. Alright, so they can block 2 of my things currently, and then they're taking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on the backswing. Could get punished for not shocking them. Oko does turn Nissa lands into 6/6s. It's real gross. Real gross. I'm trying to even think, like, what's the combination of things we could draw here, right? How about a land? Is a land in the combination of things we could draw here? Feels bad, man. Noxious Grasp sounds good. Trophy sounds good. And honestly, Bonecrusher Giant just doesn't seem very good in this matchup, huh? We'll just trim him out. We'll just be green-black. Green-black with different mana. Yeah, Giant's both decent anti-aggro and anti-control because it's a threat that, like, pokes them. Oko's a pale weasel. He does look kind of squirrely, huh? But he's a Fae, right? So, like, Fae tend to be, like, squirrely by definition, I think. Kenrith or Oko? I don't understand the question. Waiting for the opponent to sideboard. Do 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 do. That's a bit of a yikes. This hand's like fine, assuming this is a land, right? So we'll bottom questing beast and we'll once upon a time. So we can fetch basic forest with this, then go Paradise Druid, which is great. Once upon a time is the weirdest horizon gate. That's a good way to think about it. It's like a land that sometimes turns into a spell. Only it does it in the reverse order, right? You have to like pick up front. Good to have you here all night. My schedule is not gonna quite be 12-hour days every day next week, but I am planning to do 8 to 9 hours most day for every day next week. While things are still kicking around. That was not the land I wanted for Christmas. We just play this, right? And like next turn we bin Murderous Rider and then play Great Henge and double whatever Lovestruck Beast. We'll see if we lose this game, this deck's... Yeah, it's tough. It's just tough to figure out what exactly you want to be doing early, right? Alright, so... Alright, yeah. Let's draw a green source, please. Green source. Agreed. So we have to discard 2 cards next turn, but like, I've got 2 giant dinosaurs, so... I think I'm binning Lovestruck Beasts here. Well, my opponent's drawing a lot of cards. Hopefully they're just going to be dead. Rhodosaurus Rex and I are ready to take our opponent to the beatdowns here. Hopefully we don't get mass manipulation. Would be the ideal one we're looking to dodge. Do you have another Leafkin Druid? Did I? Nope, it's right there. Burr, burr. You can always type exclamation point deck to see the current deck. Well, there's the land I asked for last turn. By that I mean that's not a land at all. Look at us going though. Yep. We're gonna have to discard that now, but that's fine. What is your quest? To smash greedy ramp players. What did you say, opponent? The face is the place? Crush, 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 crush. Boo, doo, 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 doo. Alright, well, they figure out how they're blocking. I'm gonna grab a snack. All right, important philosophical question, Chip. If I'm the only one eating it, is it appropriate to eat the cottage cheese directly out of the container? What do we think? Man, I feel like this is the most unified Twitch chat has ever been upon me asking them a question. This seems like I've never universally heard this many yeses before. It's honestly quite impressive. Eating it with a spoon is too civilized, just chug it. It's up there with should I destroy their land? Yeah, exactly. The real question is, do you feel like you've gained 3 life? In a way, but at the same time, interacting with Twitch chat takes years of life away. So, it kind of balances out a little bit. Bonus points if you eat the container after. Just straight savages. Man, being able to fetch Hero's Downfall with Once Upon a Time is so good. So very good. I've never been so excited to cast a questing beast in my life, chat. I've never been so excited to cast a What is your quest? It's to slay Teferi. I knew I liked you, Mr. Beastly. It is my quest. This is what you were bred for. You were born for this moment. Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it just really hates Teferi the Time Raveler. Was Questing Beast created because of Teferi? It was definitely created in response to... It was definitely created in response to all the things that went on because of War of the Spark, right? And Teferi's part of that. Like, this is very clearly a design that's intended to pressure those types of things, right? man. Has Teferi ever died without generating card advantage before? I feel like we should mark this day on the calendar because it's a glorious moment. Yeah, that's honestly the more meaningful observation. Not only did Teferi not generate card advantage, he didn't generate them any tempo advantage, which is huge. I'm gonna go ahead and offer this trade for this since I have another one. I think I'd rather save my murder for like an Oko or a Nissa or something really big. Are we gonna get to Black Red Knights today? I'm planning on it. It's gonna be a long one. I've been live for 8 hours. I'm planning to do another couple more at least. Especially if we stay near 3K. So as long as we stay north of 2,000, I plan to stay live. I even have some soda in my fridge, so we can get some caffeine. I think all the decks in that tweet are fine, Sandcry. I think some of them are better than others, but at a core, they're all fine. Oh no! Are we gonna get counterspelled? Am I about to get, like, Frilled Mysticked? Aether Gust. Yes. Alright, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm unfortunately 1 land short of being able to play this, draw this, and cast this. So let's full control mode here. Play this. In response to this trigger, I'm going to go ahead and fart it to use the rest of my mana up. I'm going to decline shuffling because I want to redraw. I want to redraw this Questing Beast for sure. I think I just smacked them with everything. Like I've got Questing Beast for Teferi next turn, so yeah, putting solidly under pressure here. Under pressure. Bum 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 ba da dum bum. Do 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 do. Yeah, the problem is, Root Samurai, you have to get the extension approved by Twitch. It's a kind of long, tedious process. I think I don't have time this week or next week with streaming so much. But I think when we hit that, like, mid-season lull again, I'm going to fork Deckmaster and put it on my own server. So that way, we can just take care of it so that we can be updated day 1 instead of having to wait. Now we got 90 minutes. I have a physical server that I rent to run my website and the website of one of the open source projects I contribute to and some of their back-end stuff. So I've got server space. No, he doesn't. The main Deckmaster is open source, entirely open source, but the maintainer just doesn't respond to anything, basically. Which is the issue. If he just responded to pull requests, it'd be super easy to just make a pull request with new cards. Yeah, I agree, Myth. The red splash has not felt reasonable. I have no idea. They pay. I don't know what the actual software setup of the server is. I don't maintain it. We have one of the guys that helps with our project as a system administrator, and he sets up all the VMs. I just tell him I need a system to run X, and he sets it up for me. Yeah, I mean the green-black Henge deck is great, right? In fact, I'm kind of off the Bonecrushers. They haven't felt super necessary. We got our gold back. Yeah, do I want to try Sultai? Yeah, the mana was great, right? Like that's a big takeaway. I have 90 minutes. All right, so here's Broko. If I wanted Broko and the Goose. Broko and the Goose, it sounds like a sitcom of some sort. So if I wanted to play Broko and the Goose, I feel like I just don't have enough. I feel like I'm cutting into my beef too much here at this point. Like, is this just a different deck? I feel like this might just like this is definitely great. And like you can play like the wolf and stuff like people are suggesting too. I feel like it's just a different deck. Broko and the Goose sounds like a band Saffron Olive would listen to. I think I'm just gonna submit this. This seems mostly fine. I think I'm pretty content with this. Bob, do you have any suggestions for green-black before I send it in? The tournament airs on Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, but deck lists are due this evening. And there's a chance, like, so the formatting on the E-League thing is weird. It's different from all other Magic tournaments. So, like, I might only play one match. No, it's basically single elimination. You play till you lose. Yeah, I think this is fine. I'm gonna call it a day. All right, what are we doing? Let's get back to donation deck, shall we? I should have run an ad while we were doing that. I'm gonna grab a soda and put my cottage cheese away and take an advert, and then we're going to come back with Sultayoko. Speaking of Sultayoko, talking about those cards being good in another shell, we are actually going to play Sultayoko, but it's different than the shell we were just playing.